Puff and Pac was cool at one time. We know this. Mopreme said that they was going to sign the Bad Boy. So if he's going to sign to Bad Boy, it was because of Corey and them. I put that picture on the internet. I put the picture on my channel of Corey Jones. Is Corey Jones, Corey Jacobs? I think Corey Jacobs and Pac right next to each other. Those was the real bad boys of Bad Boy. You understand? Those are the one who got the 16 to life sentences. That Pac was going to go and be with them first. But then Mopreme said when it became just Big and Puff, because Corey and them went to jail.
Seeing Diddy Combs, a music icon and master party host, has always been in the spotlight, whether it was for his legendary white parties or his meteoric rise in the entertainment industry. But behind the glitz and glam, there's one surprising obsession few people knew about: Diddy's fascination with British royalty, particularly Prince William and Prince Harry. He relentlessly pursued their attendance at his star-studded events, even offering to cover all expenses. Why was he so determined to have royalty at his side? And what deeper secrets do these parties hold that have come to light in recent months? We will share all the details, but before that, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and press the bell icon. Seeing Diddy Combs is no stranger to the limelight. From his iconic career in music and entertainment to his notorious reputation as one of Hollywood's biggest party hosts, he has built an empire that transcends the industry. But there's one surprising detail that not many people knew about Diddy: his obsession with British royalty, particularly Prince William and Prince Harry. According to Diddy's former publicist, Rob Shooter, the music mogul made several attempts over the years to invite the two princes to his parties. Shooter revealed in a recent interview with BBC News that Diddy was obsessed with the idea of having the royal brothers at his legendary gatherings. He even offered to cover their travel, lodging, and security expenses just to get them to attend one of the star-studded events. Why the obsession? According to Shooter, Diddy saw himself as royalty. He considered himself the king of the music industry and wanted to surround himself with princes, both figuratively and literally. It made perfect sense to him that Prince William and Prince Harry should be part of his entourage. Shooter went on to say, Diddy thinks of himself as a king, so it makes perfect sense that he would like to have two princes in his entourage. Despite Diddy's relentless invitations, Prince William, now 42, and Prince Harry, 40, never accepted. Shooter, who worked for Diddy in the early 2000s, mentioned that he was instructed to reach out to the royals more than 10 times, but each time, the invitations were declined. The brothers were, in fact, never a part of Diddy's world, despite the rapper's best efforts.
Let's talk a little bit about this obsession that you told the BBC about, that Sean Combs had with Prince Harry and Prince William, and the fact that he really wanted them to come to his parties. And I mean, Sean Combs, back when you worked for him,
can add up to the power of actual royals. And so Harry and William were two people that he desperately wanted to be associated with. He tried to reach out to them several times. I know he got me to reach out to the palace a few times. He always wanted to invite them to his parties. And I gotta admit here, like a lot of New Yorkers, when you don't succeed or when you're told no.
While Diddy may have wanted the royal brothers at his parties, his events were already legendary in their own right. For years, Diddy was known as the ultimate party host, with his infamous white parties becoming iconic in Hollywood. These gatherings attracted some of the biggest names in the industry, from A-list actors to top musicians. The parties often made headlines for their extravagance, celebrity guest lists, and lavish themes. However, there's a darker side to Diddy's parties that has recently come to light. Last month, Diddy was arrested on serious charges, including sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation for prostitution. According to a 14-page indictment, his infamous parties often transitioned into what were known as freak-offs, where women were allegedly coerced into sexual acts, often without their consent. Law enforcement raided several of Diddy's properties in March, where they found various items linked to these freak-off parties, including narcotics and over 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. The raids and subsequent investigation have exposed a side of Diddy's world that many didn't know existed, casting a shadow over his once glamorous reputation. According to reports, Diddy's parties would often start as typical high-profile events with celebrities mingling and having a good time. But as the night progressed and the A-list guests left, a select group of people would stay behind, and the parties would take a much darker turn. These after-hours gatherings allegedly involved explicit sexual performances and acts that were often coerced. The indictment claims that some of the victims were not only women but also minors, adding even more weight to the charges against Diddy. As the investigation unfolds, more and more details are coming to light, raising questions about how deep this alleged operation went and how many people were involved. Since Diddy's arrest, Hollywood has been largely silent, with many celebrities who once attended his parties distancing themselves from the accusations. But some have spoken out. Ray J, Nick Cannon, and Arsenio Hall are among those who have opened up about their experiences at Diddy's parties, claiming they never witnessed the alleged freak-offs or any inappropriate behavior. While Ray J, 43, and other celebrities have publicly stated that they didn't see anything suspicious, the allegations and charges has shaken Hollywood. Many stars who once partied with Diddy are now staying quiet, likely to avoid being associated with the scandal. Interestingly, Rob Shooter, Diddy's former publicist, has also weighed in on the situation. He stated that during his time working for Diddy, the rapper had no personal life, as he was fully focused on building his empire and legacy. Shooter described Diddy's world as one that revolved around his desire to be the most famous person in the world, a goal he seems to have achieved, albeit for the wrong reasons. As the legal battle continues, Diddy's team has been working hard to defend the mogul. His attorney, Mark Agnifilo, has insisted that Diddy is innocent, stating, "He is an imperfect person, but he is not a criminal." Diddy himself has pleaded not guilty to the charges and continues to maintain his innocence. Diddy's trial is scheduled for May 2025, and until then, he remains in jail, having been denied bail twice. His legal team has argued that he is not a flight risk, but the court has deemed him a potential danger due to the severity of the charges. The accusations against Diddy have been piling up, with multiple lawsuits being filed, some dating back several years. One of the most high-profile cases was filed by Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, who accused him of rape, abuse, and human trafficking. Although that lawsuit was settled out of court, it set off a wave of new allegations and investigations. Since then, many more victims have come forward with similar claims, and authorities believe the number of people involved in the case could reach the hundreds. Attorney Tony Busby, who is representing several of the victims, has stated that there are around 100 lawsuits lined up against Diddy. With all this information now coming to light, it's no surprise that people are starting to question whether Prince William and Prince Harry knew more about Diddy's parties than they let on. While there is no evidence to suggest that the royal brothers were ever involved in the darker side of Diddy's world, it is well documented that they were invited on multiple occasions. Both Prince William and Prince Harry have distanced themselves from Diddy in recent years. While the brothers were once photographed with the music mogul at charity events and parties, they have remained silent in the wake of his arrest. Despite this, the fact that Diddy was so determined to have them at his parties raises questions about how much they knew, if anything, about what went on behind the scenes. Although the chances that Prince William or Prince Harry would have ever attended Diddy's freak-offs are slim, their connection to him has sparked curiosity. With Diddy's upcoming trial, more details are sure to emerge about his life, his parties, and his royal fascination. As the story of Diddy's royal obsession and his legal troubles continues to unfold, one thing is certain: his world has been turned upside down. What started as a fascination with two princes has now led to a series of dark revelations about the man once considered a king of the music industry.